All right, hey everybody, this is Steve, and I just wanted to make a quick video. I was just reflecting today and just thinking about how much, this year's been a tough year, and it's going to kind of sound like a broken record, but just even like with insomnia, like that alone has just been something that I've really struggled with, and then probably honestly to some degree the last 7 years, loneliness. And it might kind of surprise some folks because socially it probably seems like, hey, I've got a ton of people I know and this and that, but to varying degrees, I'd say like loneliness is something I've really struggled with. And, along with like COVID and just even like career stuff, I think for a lot of us, this has been a really trying year. And so I just wanted to encourage you that in the midst of that, like while I was kind of like reflecting and just kind of that classic, like, God, like, why does this happen? Like, why do I continue to suffer or struggle in these ways? I felt like he really drew my attention to the cross. And just wanted to say, like, Steve, like, I love you so much. Like, I care about you so much. And just, I think kind of reminding me even that idea that we get as humans about like being a parent or father, like when we see our kids hurt, I think sometimes we almost hurt more than our kids are actually hurt in the moment. And a good example is maybe like when a kid is riding their bike and eventually have to take the training wheels off and they have to fall. And sometimes we're like, oh, like, it hurts us to see them hurt, but we know it's like what's best for them, right? And so we allow it to happen. And so I think that idea like really connects with us in a human way. But then also when you think about the cross specifically and what Jesus did on the cross, what that tells me is the pain that Jesus experienced on the cross, like how much that hurt and how much suffering he went through, is less than the pain that he must experience by not being in relationship with us. Because otherwise it seems like he wouldn't have gone through those lengths to be in relationship with us. So he loves us and he cares about us so much that he was willing to die on the cross when the most excruciating forms of death, like the Romans, like that's why they had that as a punishment, was to try to prolong and make death as like agonizing as possible and as humiliating as possible. And he was willing to go through that to show how much he loves me and how much he loves you. And so while I don't have like a magic fix for like any suffering that you're experiencing, I hope that maybe like by pointing you toward the cross and what Jesus was willing to do to be in relationship with you, that can give you hope. And that's something that you can trust in. And so my encouragement would be just to trust in that. And if you've like never put your hope in Jesus, like try it, just say, hey God, like I know how much you love me based on the cross, but maybe you're not feeling it. Like I'm not feeling it right now. Like, would you show me your love? Like, would you comfort me right now? If you've been walking with Jesus for a while, it's just been a tough season. Like I'd encourage you to go back to the cross, to go back to that truth. And I felt like what God was really encouraging me and was just saying, like, Steve, just focus on my love. Like, just remember like how much I love you. And again, while it hasn't like fixed every problem necessarily, there was a peace that I found and a comfort in that moment, because that's a truth, right? And that's something that my physical health can be taken away. My, I could be poor, I guess. I don't know, like all these things that we measure ourselves by in the world, like my job, I could lose it. Everything gets shut down again. But what can't be taken away is how much God loves me and what he did for me. And so I really want to point you toward that. And if you're having a hard time, and it's getting dark, sorry, this is such a shady video, but, if you're having a hard time, like first reach out to God. But secondly, if you need someone to reach out to, like, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure anyone else in your life who cares about you would want to hear that. But yeah, please like DM me, message me if you have my phone number. But hey, that's it. That's all I got for you. Wrap this up. But love you guys and God bless.